Well, as you can see, someone's had a little bondoing done on this door at some point. But sometimes you just got to get your pocket knife in there and see what you got. Whoops! Gotta watch them scissors. They'll cut you. And then you'll bleed.
I just blend right in.
You say you don't know where Rick's Rusty Rex is? Well, I'll tell you. You take the I-69 bypass, loop off on Dog Lick Road, head up T Highway, and hang a right, baby, and you're there.
Welcome to RCindustry. Oh, hey. Stay hydrated, my friends. Okay, well, it's been a good something close to 24 hours here. I think what we're going to do here, I studied this thing a little bit. The right thing to do would be to just cut this all the way across here and make a new piece to put on here. But, you know, quite honestly, if we've stopped the rust with that stuff, and I'm going to spray the inside of this. I'm going to take the door panel off and spray the inside when we're done. But I think I'm just going to take some fiberglass here and work down in here, and I think we're going to call it good, because this is not a show car, and even though I could fix this correctly, you know, it's just an LTD. I mean, so anyway, I think that's what we're going to do. We're just going to cut me some pieces here. I got some scissors, and we're going to resin this up and get that all tucked up in here, and we're just going to call it good. Yeah, it'll last my lifetime. Okay, let's see what we got here. This is kind of sticking up a little bit. That down where that's not sticking up. Okay, this over here looks pretty good. Alright, let's cut us a piece of this stuff. That. Oh yeah, that'll work. Fold that up there. Take that cup out of the way. We got a little piece for over here. Alright, let's mix up a little bit of this stuff. This is just some fiberglass. Now, I'm doing this on a budget. We didn't really talk about that, but I already had this fiberglass stuff. And leftover from the Chrysler. I might have mentioned that in one of the videos, but let's see here. So what I want to do is I'm going to put these on because I don't want to get this stuff all over me. And I bought some primer, some sandable primer, so we can use that to fill in with. And I've got some Bondo, because after we put this fiberglass in here and it dries, then we'll sand it down and then we'll fill in low spots with some Bondo. I don't like to put Bondo too thick. You know, if you put it over an inch thick, it tends to crack. So, no, not really. Well, yeah, really it does, but oh my goodness, I think I'm gonna have to get something to undo that. Ooh, I've never got that thing broken. There we go. Oh, of course the air compressor came on. Okay, well now let's see if we can get this done without the air compressor kind of kicking back on, or you know, something like that. So we're going to take and pour some of this in here. She's thick. That's probably enough. Well, let's put some more. Okay. Okay, there's that. Now let's take some of our hardener in here. It's supposed to put so many drops per whatever, so let's just put some of that in there, about like that. Okay, that ought to work. And let's stir this up a little. It'll start to change color a little bit. Just get her mixed up there. Pretty good. Okay, now I'm going to take this and lay this down in that. Let that soak up some of that. And we're going to take this brush and we're going to get up in here. Get all up in there. Just like this. Don't do this at home. Okay? Put some down in here. This stuff is just like super glue. You can't get her loose once it's clean and the surface is prepared for this. Okay, now let's take our little piece, stick that up on here. That stuff's already starting to get all them little glass threads all worked down in there. That's what we want. Yeah. We're basically just filling in where this metal is not. Let's go over here and put some in over here. Got this little spot here. Just work it up in there. Take your time. You got plenty of working time with this stuff. Now what I want to do is take another little piece here. And like that. And take it over here like this. Just double that up a little. And like that. Probably wouldn't hurt to put another little piece in there. Cut that out a little bit. Stick that right in there. Now there's a lot of good videos out there on the interwebs that you can watch and find out how to do this correctly. You know, and that means not putting fiberglass in it. So I would encourage you to do that if you were going to do your repair work on your own car. But I've done this enough that this will work fine for what we're doing. If we were trying to make a show car or something like that, well, that would be different. I just want something that you don't see the rust so bad on. Because really, this is the only place on the car that's got rust that's visible. And so, you know, now that's going to keep dripping kind of like that down through there. But she will dry. Okay, that's going to about do it for that. Show you more. Okay, well, we're going to let that get hard. And probably take, you know, I'm going to leave it overnight is what I'm going to do. So it'll probably get drier sooner than that. But we'll leave it overnight. We'll come in and cut off the high spots. So we're just going to push it over out of the way. And be sure and don't throw that stuff in your regular trash. Because that will put out some heat and it could start a fire if you threw it in trash. So I'm gonna go out and set that in the back of the brown bag and let it get hard, and then we'll throw it away tomorrow. All right, show you more. Well, hey guys, it's been a couple of days since we worked on the old door here, so I thought I'd get back to it. But we've got a heck of a predicament going on here. Well, let me show you. For some reason, and this is the same fiberglass I've used for years, and I used it on the most recent time I used this was on the crustychrysler, but this stuff didn't get hard. I've never had that happen. See, I can pull all that fiberglass out of there. She just didn't get hard on me. Kind of like, it is when you get old, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if it's, I know it's cool out here in the garage, but I had a heat lamp on this for a couple of hours, and but it just doesn't get hard. So anyway, we're just gonna have to get some lacquer thinner and get down here and get all that cleaned off of there, and try something different. Show you more. Well, what we're gonna have to do here is take some lacquer thinner. Now you want to be careful with this stuff, and of course we're in this garage, and I've got an electric heater running, so we're not going to store any of these paper towels in here once we get all this cleaned out of here. And then we'll open up the garage door and cycle some of this air out of here, and we'll store all this stuff that we clear off of here, we'll put out on the outside someplace where it can air out. So got to get this opened up, but child-proof packaging here. Let's see. There we go. That was fairly easy. Now let's get some. Again, I don't know why this didn't work. I don't know if the hardener can get old. I don't know. I've had stuff like this for years, and it's never done this before, so you can comment down below. And I'm trying to stay off of this area because I don't want to repaint that up there. We gotta get this out of here. See if I can dig some of this out. The only thing I did differently than I've ever done is I used that treatment for the metal, but it's supposed to be paintable and you can put Bondo over it and everything else, so I don't know. Bondo meaning the plastic filler, not necessarily, Bondo is a brand name, so, but I just don't really know. You guys can comment and tell me what you think, because I don't know. All right, I'm going to keep cleaning this up and I'll bring you back. Show you more. Guys, I literally don't know what happened with this stuff on this door. Every bit of that fiberglass I put on this top side would not get hard. Down here on the bottom, if you look up in here where I put all this, this all got hard. So what's the difference between this and up here? I do not know. I do not know. I don't think it can be this rust prevention stuff or this rust transformation stuff, because I put that down there along the bottom too. I put it everywhere. So anyway, leave a comment down below. Maybe you know why this happened. I know I sure didn't. So anyway, all right, let's try something different. Show you more. All right, now this is some kind of a fiberglass resin with little pieces of fiberglass down in it, and it says it'll work. Just has to be above 45. Well, it's above 45 degrees in here, so let's see if this stuff will get hard. I have no idea. It's just beyond me. I have no speech. But, you know, stranger things have happened. I couldn't find my little, I've got an old piece of glass that I usually mix this up on, but I can't find that anywhere, of course. Hopefully this stuff will get her done. Now I just took one of these little bigger ones and cut it down, so I don't need it quite so big. Clean that off a little bit, maybe. Getting all over me, of course. And fill that back down up in there with that stuff. Now when I'm molding with this stuff, generally I put it on just a little bit higher than I want it, because once we get the actual curvature of this thing the way we want it, then any low spots will fill in with regular plastic Bondo, or you know, body putty or whatever. Bondo again just being a name brand. Looks like I definitely mixed up enough of it, so that's a good thing, I guess. Work some of that material up in there. When I get done, I'm going to spray the whole inside of this with that rust preventer stuff, and then probably coat it with some sort of undercoating or something like that. Big thing is we cleaned the drains out, the door drains. They were, if you remember when we looked at that the first time, that thing was all the way full of putty or seam joint putty or seam stuff from the factory. So they had doomed that door from the factory. Yeah, this stuff's starting to get hard already. So that's good, I guess. Alright, well, we'll let that dry. I'm going to put some heat on this too to keep it warm, and we'll see what happens. Alright, show you more. Well, while that's drying and doing its thing there, let's see if we can get these jump packs put back together. I did get the batteries. They came from the old Amazon in the sky. The old Amazonian wonders. Now they were pretty. Hopefully they're good. They got a 3-year warranty on them, and so I got 2 of them. One for that pack and one for this one over here. So let's see if we can get them put together. Show you more. So I hope you all remember how this came apart, because we got to put her back together now. I know those caps are going to have to come off of there. See if we can get a screwdriver. Under that. Under that. Alright. That's the negative side there. Okay, well, this is kind of an intricate little thing here. Let's see if we can get that.
That goes on the negative side there. Well, let's see. Gotta get this over here where it goes. Like that. Oops. Okay, that side's in. Take this out of here. Ooh, let's see. She's got a little spark. Must have some charge in it. Come on now. Play friendly. Oops. There. Okay, so now it's just figuring out where all this junk goes. And I know this doogie whopper goes in there somewhere along with these little pins, which I think go right up here. If I remember correctly. Oops. Oh, that's just this thing. Okay. Now, hopefully, you can lay this down and put all of this back together. Kind of like old Humpty Dumpty here. Well, there we go. Go into them pins right there. Acting like it wants to for some reason. Let's stick a screw in here so it doesn't want to back out on us, and let's see if we can pry that top part in there. For some reason that screw is not going down in that hole. Now I can't even get the screw to come out of there. Well, heck, that side ain't screwed down either. Okay, I don't know. I'm gonna have to see what's going on. Show you more. Okay, well, I figured out what was going on. These screws were already in there. Apparently they didn't come out when, you know, the frakists have taken this apart. Screws fell everywhere. I guess these didn't fall out. So I was actually screwing a screw into the corner of the other screw, and that's why it wasn't going through and tightening down. How in the world? I would have never, I mean, that's crazy. Now, we should be able to tighten this down with the screws that are in there. Yeah, that one's tight. And that one's tight. Now, does it come apart? Yay! We got it. Okay, we got her back together and got her plugged in, and it's charging. So the battery was about half capacity according to that fancy little meter there. And this charging unit, immediately upon purchase and after each use and every 30 days, you're supposed to charge this thing. So we're going to charge her up, and then we'll test it and see if it works. Before, as soon as it would charge and you'd try to do anything with it, it would just, the charge would go away immediately. So let's charge it up and see what happens. All right, let's get, I'll get this other one put together over here, and then we'll get back on the old door to the limelateda. Okay, well, I got that one put back together. So let's move over here and see what we can get done with the old door off the limelateda. So, get you positioned here, and I've got my air file out. And you know, in one of the later or earlier episodes, I couldn't get this thing to work. Well, all I did was take a hammer and beat on it a little. It was just rusty. She's working now. Now the compressor will probably kick on, so it's going to be loud. So here we go. And this thing makes a nice flat surface because this is not perfectly flat. You know, it's kind of curved. So we're going to kind of run it up and down on here and try to get the high spots off, and then we'll go from there. All right, show you more. Oh, by the way, don't forget to wear your proper PPE. Okay, so you can see there's a little bit of a low spot right here and right across here, because this is starting to get shiny where that flat board was riding on that. So this is just a little low right through here. Well, actually right through here and then here. Then if we come on down here, that must be low because you can still see that hasn't even sanded anything. And then right here's a low spot. So that may have been a dent. I know there's some dents along the bottom of this bottom section of the LTD that they don't really show, but they show when you start sanding. So I used a 40 grit on this. So we're going to switch over and use an 80 now. So we're going to put some 80 on here and go over this again. And then we're going to start putting some Bondo in these areas that are low. All right, show you more. Something I wanted to tell you too, if you don't have an air file, which, you know, I've had this since I did body work back when Eric was first born. So, but if you don't have one of these, you can just get a block of wood, a literal block of wood, and put you some sandpaper on it, just as long as it's a flat area, and just work it back and forth, okay? You don't have to have this tool. Okay, so we got that taken care of. So I got a little plastic Bondo brand body filler here. So we're going to put some hardener with that. I'm going to mix this up. Now I kind of smear this out. Smooth smear. I don't want to get a lot of air in it. That leaves pits. And I don't like pits when you go to sand stuff, so. We're gonna, and I don't know where my plastic board's at, but I'm using this old cake pan of my wife, so don't be telling her. Just mix that up good. Okay, well, got some on my finger there. Yeah, let me just get that off. All right. So now we're going to come down here, and I'm hoping you can see this. And I'm just going to lay some in right in here. We're going to put it on where we want it. And then I'm going to come in here and kind of smooth it down. We're just filling in little places here. If we move on down this way here, we're going to do the same thing. Just like that. We're going to put some right here on this end. That all looks pretty good right there. And see, I tried to just mix up a little batch of this, and look how much I got left. So just be sparingly with it. You don't have to mix up a whole gallon of this stuff. And I actually
when I worked in the body shop, I always had, you know, another project where I could go and put some more if I had left over, but sadly, this will just have to go in the junk, so I don't want to put any more on there. All right, let's let that harden up, show you more. Well, this is going to about do it for this video today. We're going to let this dry. It's 55 degrees outside, but today's my birthday. And we're going to go over to my mom and dad's and have some cake and pizza here in a little bit, so I need to kind of get presentable. I'll probably bring you back whenever we go to finish sand this, prime it, and paint it. So, because we got a little bit of work to do to it yet, and then I want to show you how I'm going to paint it. All of this, I'm into it for about $26 now because I had to go buy that other fiberglass stuff. I don't know if mine's set out here in the garage and froze and it's no good. I don't know what the deal is, but anyway, that stuff worked, so we're good to go there. And like I said earlier, in the doing of all this, this will last it as long as I ever need it. So anyway, I appreciate you coming along. Be sure and like and share, and you know, stay focused on your project. Try to get it done. I mean, I wanted to get this done last year before I went to the No Name Nationals, but all we were having was car trouble. Currently, the LTD is running pretty good, but right now I can't drive it because the door is off of it. Well, I guess I could drive it with no door, but it might be a little cool. Anyway, thanks for coming along. Be sure and like and share, and as always, we're making it just like brand used here, baby.
Run, Tallulah, run!
Hi, baby.